hoti heiento hurgo, that because, for if in the hurgo, green, damp, wet, full of sap, and is from the base hutos, rain. And sap, it is the watery solution of sugar, salts, minerals that circulates through the vascular system of a plant. And related to legi, and considering xylem, it is the tissue in vascular plants to transport this watery solution from the roots to the stems and leaves. And it also transports nutrients. And is related to the following word, xylon. Before carrying on, hurgo, related to legi, moist, new, and green, like new of cords or sinews. And sinews are those tough cords or bands or of fibrous connective tissue that usually connects the muscle to bone and is capable of withstanding tension, and also related to a quality of having muscular strength. Yeah! Looking at legi, lamet, it is the heart of the Hebrew alphabet. It takes the 12th place. You take 22, you divide it by 2, and you get 11. You land on half, but it's not a perfect number, so therefore a perfect in the middle is lamet, 12. And therefore the heart of knowledge. And chet is to make fat, as towards a new beginning, given that this sap allows the plant to get the nourishment and goes through the spring towards a new beginning with this enriching nutrients. Because it all starts with the rain, right? Hutos. And it goes to the soil, and it has nutrients, and then it drags all those nutrients to the plant. To all the parts of the plant where it needs it. A little bit for you, leaf, a little bit for you, stem, a little bit for you, flower, and a little bit for you, fruit. Xyllo, the word that follows, is tree, wood, timber, as of stalks. The stalks also being the frame that supports a boat while it is under construction. And xylon, from the base, xeistes, a vessel for measuring liquids, and a pint, or half a liter, and is like a wooden ewer, an open vessel with a handle and a spout for outpouring. Xylon, related to eights, like a gibbet or a cross, from atza, to shut, to make firm, and be hard. And aren't trees hard? Yes, they are.
Yeah, hit me with your hand and it will hurt you. So, don't mess up with me.
Even with their vascular system that allows this watery solution to go through it, they are hard. They're not like us. We have bones deep inside. But on a tree is completely different. They are like vessels, but they are firm. And eighth, it is to perceive and understand, because we started with a legi, right? Is this instruction and is overwhelming, and therefore to understand it. However, ayin is also an extended nun with an embedded zayin, as to cut it and nourish it with the sap. And tzadi sofit is also the same nun. It may surprise you. In this case it is extended, because tzadi sofit, it is this nun extended with the yod of the work of God. Remembering that tzadi sofit, it is this journey that has been accomplished standing up with arms lifted upward in victory and praise. Tauta ποιουσιν, these things they do. Poieo, to make, to be authors. And atha, as to see with an evil eye. And graven to destroy because they are disturbed. And who are disturbed? In this chapter of Lucas 23, we read on verse 10, and hoi archireis kai hoi grammateis stood and vehemently accused him. They are disturbed, and from some chapters ago, they wanted to kill him, and they have this chance right now to crucify this green tree, Jesus. In υγρω, in the dry, from the base word xestes, in the sense of scorching, and withered and dry. But wait a second! Did you notice that is xestes, as we covered from ξυλω? It is the same word. We took the sense of a vessel for measuring liquids or to contain it. But in this case, ξυλω as smoothened by friction to boil and heat this vessel, and therefore get rid of all these nutrients and watery contents. And what happens is it becomes dry and withered, and therefore shrunken, and a member of a body deprived of natural juices, what happens? It gets wasted. Same goes with a dry land and earth as opposed to water. And ξυλω related to yabesh, to dry up, withered, confounded, ashamed, confused, and disappointed. And yabesh, yod, it is like punching, but not with one hand, but with two. Because yod having gematria 10, and we have 10 fingers, then we clinch them together to punch the tent. What follows? Veit, as the tent separates unto death. And this was the vessel. And the υγρω, the two horizontal dots below veit, it represents the fire and the chaotic attribute of water to destroy, as it follows, to devour it, shin. The genηται, what might take place? From ginomai is to be, to come to pass, to be made, to become, as to appear, but also to change it into something. From the green to the dry. And is related to haya, to become, to exist. However, a related word is hava, as to fall and to happen. And therefore is hava, negative sense of hay, as feet that run swiftly to evil, walking toward darkness and trampling death. Wait a second. We don't have the Holy One's feet to trample on. Well, of course not. The tree has dried. One sacrifice is made, and it follows that Vav is the Antichrist, the beast, as to forfeit, to lose the right to by some error, offense, or a crime, and this is a crime. And therefore to reveal and behold that last letter Hey. And notice that this word hava is related to Yehovah, but there is no yod. The work of God is not in it. And what is become is complete waste, complete devastation. And the verse before it reads, Tote arksontai legi. Then they will begin to say, Tois ορεσιν, to the mountains. Here, as to reveal the top of what has been opened, the petach below hay. Pesete imas, fall upon us, kai tois vουνοις, and to the hills. Giva, related to gavie, a goblet, a cup, and a bowl. And as a hill that has gathered and building the plagues of darkness. Gavie. Kalυψατε ημας, cover us. It might be interesting to notice that in this verse there was no word that had a mem. Letter mem is usually present but is nowhere to be found. Because it all starts with a rain from God. It goes to the soil, and it is this instruction that for which we learn, and we are nourished and made fresh and new. And Jesus is the vine. However, he is cut However, in the nourishment all to the end, he stands in victory and praise, even though the archires they're disturbed and killed him. However, he's still in victory because he conquered death. And the work of God is complete. And once it's complete, for those who have rejected him, the land stands dry. He has no water, and is devastated and withered, and left to Hava, this evil feet that have nothing to trample on because it's already complete devastation. What goes after? There's no hope. And followed him because he was Staurothenai. The only victory is at the cross. We follow Jesus, leaving the world behind. Looking back, we turn into a pillar of salt. Neimonuete teis gunaikos lot. We don't want to be in the point of the beginning of chaos, for which we would ask the top of the mountains to fall on us, and all the scope of wrath from Jehovah from which we want to avoid is terrifying. And however, an honorable death with Jesus is worthwhile taking, for which men will no longer be needed. The chaos, the experiences, we can gain everything from the instruction. And adhering to this withered tree, we die. But we die in the new economy in these basileias to theumas. And that is our hope. Leave the world behind, embrace the cross, the withered, dry cross. And we're not going to be expecting welcoming and nourishing world, but rather that for which crucify him as well. Yes, you must expect it. Crucify her as well. Crucify Ecclesias. But it will be at the end for victory, as it is Jehovah who has worked the bondservant made righteous, and we cling to him, being complete with arms lifted up in victory and praise. Praise.
Praise,
Praises, victory of Jehovah. Praises, Jehovah. It is thy victory with Jesus at the cross. We praise you, it is thy divine work completed. Every day to envision the cross, however withered and dry. The instruction is there, the water and blood is outpoured to the earth, and therefore we embrace thy saving plan to me, a sinner indeed, with dirty hands and dirty feet, but a new start with lech, with thy sap, thy divine sap, and with thy word. The lamet is the heart towards a new start, and we know thy truth. Amen. Still, forgive us, Pater, for we knew not what we did or what we do, but it is thy work through Vav. You are the Aleph, and that through Jesus' sacrifice that our works be completed together towards a new start with thee. Amen again. דבר יהוה אשר היה אל הושע. ואמרו להרים כסונו ולגבעות נפלו עלינו. Allah, Jesus said something worse. Tois ορεσιν πέσετε εφ kai tois βουνοις Καλυψατε ημας. For the mountains will fall in prostration, however covering the wasted place, and to the hills to hide and conceal, for who can stand the wrath of God? Lest we receive his instruction right now and be made new, lech. Walking right away the suffering trail, carrying our own cross and staurosing with Jesus. The time now to get the nourishments and contain it in this vessel. We will need it, for when he becomes dry, don't ask me, only believe me that his word stands true. Avoid Yavesh, Zeiro, and be part of God's work, being he Aleph, Jesus, the Vav that connects his work of salvation, and our joy to celebrate today.
Ποιουσιν εν το ξυλω τι γενηται τότε αρξονται λεγει τοις ορεσιν Καλυψατε ημας και τοις βουνοις Καλυψατε ημας